Linnita Hosten, she wrote a book, The College Strategy. Now, of course, when I first met Linnita, I was, the title in the book says it all, The College Strategy. So I definitely wanted to know what her book was about, and I was so excited that she, agreed to participate in our event. So I'm excited to hear what she has to share on how to get our college students really on the right track to success in the future. Once you get to college, it's like, okay, now what do you do? And her book really details information about that. I'm excited to, just hear a presentation. I can't wait to have you on the show as well. So without further ado, I want to introduce Linnita Hosten.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Fidel, for that introduction and the hospitality for today. So I was 21. I had just finished college. It was 4 months after graduation. I was on my third interview in the same week. It was raining. I was walking in to the University System of Maryland to interview for the third interview that week. And I had my portfolio, my flash drive. I was prepared to do a presentation. And I got into the office room. There were about 6 adults around a round table. And they welcomed me. Hey, how are you doing? Shook my hand. And I sat down and they asked me the infamous question, the first question that they ask on interviews, which is,
Tell me about yourself.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. And at 21, this was my answer. I'm a recent graduate from Towson University with a communications background. I have about 3 years of experience in program development, youth advocacy, fundraising, strategic marketing, community involvement, and community outreach. I build partnerships with other communities, and I liaison between them and their youth. I mentor several young people, and I love college students, because I myself was a college student, so many people love me. I'm here today because I think I'm the best person for this position. And I said it just like that. And when I finish, you can tell when people are, engaged or they're in tune because they're sitting up, they're sitting forward, they're leaning on the desk. They're like, making those kinds of gestures. And so they said, okay, well, tell us about a time that you had where you had to diffuse conflict. We ran through that. That was a piece of cake. Tell us what you do in your spare time. I said, I'm a cheerleading coach. Were you a cheerleader in high school and college? No, I wasn't. How do you coach the sport? Well, I said to them, and again, I'm 21. I said, well, some skills are transferable. I was a dancer and a stepper. That's a performer. A cheerleader is a performer. And the skills that I don't know, we fundraise and I hire those people and bring them in. At 21. So we got through the interview. At the end, I did a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, and I had been doing those presentation skills all through college. So it was easy, it was clockwork. And I walked out of there and I patted myself on the back. I said, you got this, girl. So I went home to my mom, and that was my third interview for the week. And she said to me at the dining room table, she said, all 3 of those organizations are going to call you back. And you're going to be negotiating your first salary. I was like, oh, Mom, there you go. You always have to. Oh, very much. That night, I got an email from the HR representative from Georgetown University. And I said, okay, I'm not going to respond. She sent it that night, so I have some time. That morning, I had got a call from ASCD. And that afternoon, the interview at the University System of Maryland, Ann Moultrie called me and she said, we loved you. We wanted to bring you in. And there was this awkward silence, just like this. She said, are you there? I said, yes, I'm here. And she said, well, I sense that there's some hesitation. I said, well, I have 2 other job offers on the table. Wow. She said, wow, where are they? And I shared with her, she probably shouldn't have asked me that legally. And she said, well, what do we need to do to sway you our way? Now I'm 21. And this is my answer. And my mom's in the background. And I said, can I give you a call on Monday? It was Friday. And she said, absolutely, we'll be waiting for it. Hung up the phone. My mom said, what's your number? What's the number you're throwing out? What are all the numbers? Line them up on the table. What do you want? Where do you work? And I'm 21, I don't know. But that experience is why I went the college strategy. Because when I got into the workplace, I met 2 types of students, or 2 types of young professionals. Those who had a head start, they were in good position, they were in the career path that they studied, and they were enjoying it. And I met other professionals, those who were underemployed based on their credentials. They had the degree, but they weren't using it because they didn't have the experience. And they were unhappy. And when I asked each of them, you know, what was your college experience like? They were drastically different. I had a good time. I pledged. All of my friends, we were living in, it was the best years of my life. These students, I was busy, engaged. I always worked, I interned, I had mentors, I had relationships on my campus. I ran for office, I worked at the State House. I didn't go to parties, I couldn't, because I had to work. They were drastically different. And I said to myself, I want more students to come out of college. One, yes, with the credential and the degree, but workplaces are looking for competency. Can you demonstrate and articulate the skills? And what does that look like? And so part of that development process can happen on the college campus. Now I tell students, you'll be a fool. If you graduate, you leave your college, and you have not had not one type of work experience related to your career path. Why did you study that? How can you use the skill? You have the degree, but how can you use it or justify why you're worthy amongst so many other applicants? So the process of distinguishing yourself happens when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, when you have the time, the mental capacity to hustle, multitask, when your responsibilities are limited. That's the time. And so the college strategy teaches students how to develop hard and soft skills. Those soft skills are like conflict development, interpersonal communication, presentation development. Those hard skills are like developing spreadsheets, presentations, strategies. And so using those skills so that when you come out and you get in front of that judgment or that crew or that interview panel, this is what I have to bring. And I can not only demonstrate that by my resume, but I can articulate it. I can tell you very clearly why I'm the best candidate. And so that's why I wrote the college strategy. So from the book, it's really just a conversation starter, because if you really want a plan, someone has to really sit down and walk you through some very strategic steps. So from the book, I created the college strategy workshop series, and I kind of teach students how you can basically maximize that experience so that you too can be competent and credible. And I'll say this, it was nothing special about me. I was an average student. I graduated with a 2.9. I was the first in my family to attend college, the first to receive a master's. There's nothing special about me, but I had the work ethic and the determination to make college the best that I could. That's all that it takes. You don't have to be special. Just kind of want to do it. And so I'm grateful to be here today. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope you stop by and grab a copy of the college strategy.